Hi everybody, this is the Baseball Highlight, the amazing, spectacular, terrific, the great one, the People's Champion. Your host, and welcome back to the Baseball Hut 2. And hopefully you like this video, hit that subscribe button. So, in this video we're going to talk about all kinds of Major League Baseball rumors, trades, everything you can possibly have in a video. And, of course, we have sources here. And it's in 3 parts. So here's the first part, and this is from CBSSports.com. MLB rumors, Rangers not shopping Corey Seager, Diamondbacks add Merrill Kelly, which was news on Sunday, and Michael King sues emerge. I got plenty of stuff on Michael King in this video. Here are your hot stove rumors for Sunday, December 24th. Oh, 14th, I'm alright. Almost Christmas. 2025-26 MLB offseason, 6 weeks old, and so far 21 of our top 50 free agents have signed. Our number one trade candidate has been dealt. Spring training is 2 months away, and there is still a lot of player movement to come. Between now and then, here and now are Sunday's hot stove happenings. I would mention, over 100 players are available through trade and through free agency. Trade, obviously, through rumors. Rangers not shopping Corey Seager. Rangers, Bigfoot. Rangers, Bigfoot, Corey. Chris Young, and he's a big guy. Chris Young's a big guy. He was a big guy, you know. The biggest, tallest pitchers in the history of baseball. Rangers Bigfoot, the Rangers Yeti. Chris Young said flatly during an appearance on MLB Network radio on Sunday that the team is not shopping Corey Seager. But the Rangers expect to cut payroll, or at least not raise it. Contenders have reportedly called Texas about Seager in recent weeks. 31-year-old two-time World Series MVP is owed $31 million a year for another 6 years. How about Lindor for Seager? How about that? You can parse Young's words and focus on the fact. Not shopping is not the same thing as not trading, though my guess is that this is just a function of a live radio interview. Every team listens to offers for every player every offseason. They wouldn't be doing their job if they didn't. The Rangers will listen on Seager. Does not mean they're eager to trade him, though. AL East teams pursuing Michael King. Free agent right-hander Michael King has 3 AL East teams chasing him: the Orioles, Red Sox, and the Yankees. Reports the Boston Globe. He declined the $22.025 qualifying offer, that's $1 million, from the Padres early this offseason. Therefore, is attached to draft pick compensation, potentially affecting his market. They ranked him the 17th best free agent available this winter. King, who's 30, knows the AL East well for his time with the Yankees, who sent him the San Diego Juan Soto deal. A terrific 2024 that saw him finish 7th in the Cy Young Award voting in the National League. Shoulder and knee injuries derailed his 2025, though he's seen as something of a buy low candidate, especially since he's proven he can start or be an effective multi-inning setup man. Very careful with him if you're going to make a deal for him. He's any kind of signing. He's always hurt. Always hurt. Arizona's search for pitching has led them to a familiar face. Diamondbacks and Merrill Kelly are reunited on a 2-year contract for $400 million, reports The Athletic. Kelly, who's 37, had been with the Diamondbacks since 2019, before being traded to the Rangers for 3 prospects at this summer's deadline. Ranked him as the 27th best free agent available this offseason. Zach Gallen is a free agent and likely to return to the Diamondbacks, who will also be without Corbin Burns beginning of the season. Kelly will step into a rotation that includes the recently signed Michael Soroka and Ryan Nelson, Brandon Pfaadt, I hope I said his name, and Eduardo Rodriguez. So he's just coming back home, pretty much. The front runners have emerged, but Brendan Donovan. The Giants and Mariners have emerged the front runner for Cardinals super utility guy, Brendan Donovan, reports The Athletic. St. Louis hopes to land multiple prospects and return most likely pitchers, given the team's needs. Cardinals are not prioritizing short-term wins, and Donovan, who's 28, 2 years away from free agency, doesn't line up the club's contention cycle. Second base is Donovan's best position. The Giants and Mariners both have openings at the Keystone, the latter after Jorge Polanco bolted for the Mets. Several teams interested in Robert. The Mets, Padres, and Pirates are among the teams of interest in White Sox center fielder Luis Robert Jr. The Chi Sox declined to trade Robert at the deadline and instead picked up his $20 million club option for 2026. hoping to get a better return in the offseason. Chances are Chicago will have to eat some of that money to facilitate a trade. He is one of these players, folks, that he's always hurt. He's had one really good year. The RBI total is always low. There's some questions about his attitude. I'm the New York Mets, stay away from him. He already had problems in the clubhouse, and he's been in a winning situation. Unless he's breaking his ass, running hard, going through walls, you stay away from him. Yankees interested in Romero. The Yankees are among the teams with interest in Cardinals lefty reliever Jojo Romero, reports the St. Louis Post-Dispatch. Romero, who is 29, is a year away from free agency, making it likely St. Louis will move him this offseason. The Cardinals are going to move everybody. Everybody that's not nailed down. They're moving. Next up in this video is the San Francisco Giants, who've been very quiet this year and this offseason. Obviously, they made the big trade in the early part of the season when they brought in Rafael Devers. And now the rumor is today that the Giants are interested in Cody Bellinger. This is from MLB Trade Rumors. It's been a pretty quiet offseason so far in the Bay Area. Well, we hear that before. A second ago. Well, the Giants have at least been linked to several notable trade candidates and free agents. The Giants, the San Francisco Chronicle's Susan Slusser adds another big name to the list, writing that the Giants have checked in on Cody Bellinger. While Bellinger's ability to play first base probably wouldn't be a factor for a team with Rafael Devers and Bryce Eldridge lined up for first base DH duties, Bellinger would slot perfectly into the Giants' vacancy in right field. San Francisco could also slide Bellinger to left or center on occasion, depending on how Elliott, Ramos, and Jung-Ho Lee are deployed. Bellinger is more of a serviceable center field candidate than a true regular, but he is a strong defender in the corners. His work as a left field and right fielder for the Yankees in 2025, plus 15 defensive runs saved and plus 6 outs above average. I don't see this happening at all. I'm going to be honest, because he is not a good fit there. They need a right-handed hitter in that lineup. And they have a young first baseman. It doesn't make any sense. I'm surprised. And the article does say that they've checked in. So that means that they've talked to him. They've asked him what he's looking for. Asked the agent what he's looking for. This is that. It's not going to happen. One of the favorite lines I get from people online: "It's not going to happen. It's not happening. It's not happening. If it happens, I'm a monkey's uncle." And finally, in this video, we're going to talk about the Red Sox, the Boston Red Sox. And apparently, they have a very strong interest in Michael King. I mentioned him earlier in this video, and he has a very strong interest in playing for them. This is from NESN.com. The Boston Red Sox could make their first big free agent splash the offseason by signing Michael King. Mass Live's Chris Cotillo reported Sunday that King has strong interest in playing for Boston. However, Cotillo also noted that there's a crowded field of suitors for the starting pitcher and Rhode Island native, also from the area. If the Red Sox don't sign him, King could instead join a division rival. Peter Abraham of the Boston Globe reported the New York Yankees and Baltimore Orioles are also vying for the right-hander's services. The American League East teams hope he'll decide soon. I would mention that the offseason, what a drag this offseason. Every offseason in the last few years has been such a drag. These guys take forever to decide where to go. Used to be that the players always wanted to get this stuff out of the way before Christmas, before New Year's. King began his career in the Yankees bullpen before moving to the rotation late in the 2023 season. The success intrigued the San Diego Padres enough to make him a key piece in a blockbuster Juan Soto deal that offseason. The Boston College product excelled with the Padres in 2024, notching a 2.95 ERA and 201 strikeouts and 173 2/3 innings. King could have been poised for a massive payday had shoulder and knee injuries not limited him to 15 starts in 2025. Well, that's the issue with King. The guy is always hurt. That's really the major problem with King. He's got great stuff, but boy, he's always hurt. King pitched well when healthy, submitting a 3.44 ERA and 76 strikeouts and 73 1/3 innings. He returned from a nearly 3-month hiatus to pitch 2 innings in a August 9th win over the Red Sox before returning to the injured list for another month. They're guys that just can't stay healthy. They're guys that are so talented, they always hurt. His stuff is so good, he's hurt. The injuries may cap the 30-year-old's price, but King still maintains ace upside that most teams covet. You get up the Red Sox pose a former rotation alongside Garrett Crochet, Sonny Gray, and Brian Bello in 2026. They need a guy that's going to fill at the bottom of the rotation. An innings eater, don't need an ace. They got an ace. They got pretty close to number 2 starter in Sonny Gray, and Bello's pretty good too. Red Sox need a bat. They missed out on Pete Alonso. They need a bat in that lineup. It's going to help them, and they need another starter. But the starter, you don't have to break the bank, and then bring in a guy that's always hurt like Michael King. I wouldn't do that. Well, you let me know what you think about this video, and of course, please subscribe to Baseball Hut 2, and I'll see you later.